stripper, and I used to come home with black bags and had me count the money and separate the money.
Don't play with me! This girl put me through Hell. She gonna put me through, bro. This girl be lying. I can't wait to God get her. She lost so freaking much, bro. She lost so much. She didn't tell y'all that, though.
And her mama going on and her mama being mad because she dating a 31-year-old man. She claimed that's why she mad. That's not why she mad. It's deeper than that.
The internet is in absolute shock right now. TikTok's so-called royalty family, the ones who built their entire empire on clout, drama, and non-stop scandals, might have finally crossed the line. And this time, people aren't just laughing or gossiping. No, this time, fans are saying something much darker. The police need to get involved. Yes, you heard that right. The very same family that turned chaos into content, that thrives on manipulating their children, stirring fake relationships, and chasing every ounce of attention possible, may have finally gone too far. And at the center of it all, PrettyLuhhthang, the face of their most viral content, now caught up in a whirlwind of accusations that are making even their die-hard fans question whether all this clout chasing has gone beyond entertainment and straight into exploitation. Screenshots, leaked messages, and disturbing videos are circulating right now, fueling the conversation that this isn't just messy family drama anymore. This is looking like something much bigger, something dangerous, manipulative, and potentially criminal. And let me warn you, by the time you hear the full story, you might agree with the internet's loudest voices. This family doesn't need more followers. They need investigators, because the truth, it's darker than you think. To understand why people are suddenly calling for police involvement, we have to rewind and look at how this TikTok family even got here. Because this isn't just about one messy fight, one bad video, or one viral rumor. This is about years of patterns, scandals, and controversies stacking up until the internet finally snapped. The family we're talking about branded themselves as relatable, fun, and real. At first, their content looked harmless enough. Goofy skits, playful pranks, and exaggerated reactions that seemed like nothing more than typical TikTok entertainment. They built millions of followers almost overnight, and with every viral video, their clout grew. But behind that polished TikTok front, there was always a sense that something darker was brewing. And in the middle of it all was PrettyLuhhthang. She was the star, the one fans tuned in to watch, the one whose face was plastered across thumbnails, the one who seemed to generate the most clicks, comments, and controversy. The problem? She was also the one most often thrown into the messiest situations, the one the family used to spark drama, the one pushed into uncomfortable moments just to rack up views. Fans started noticing things. The constant emotional meltdowns on live streams. The endless cycle of fake breakups and reconciliations staged for content. The sudden feuds with other influencers that seemed suspiciously timed with drops of merch or new campaigns. Everything felt calculated. Everything felt fake. But the audience still watched because chaos sells. But here's the twist. The chaos didn't always stay content. There were fights that looked way too real. Arguments that seemed less like acting and more like real abuse. Situations where PrettyLuhhthang appeared exhausted, manipulated, or just done, but the cameras kept rolling anyway. And that's when whispers began. Were these videos really just entertainment? Or was this family exploiting their own to stay relevant? Over time, the scandals piled up. Fans accused them.
Shush! She only acting like she care right now because of me telling y'all how old this man is. Other than that, I got a text right now. She said, "In Jesus Christ, don't come. I don't want you there. Block my number. Been had me blocked for days." Well, y'all don't know what's going on. It's always two sides to the story. That's why I keep receipts.
So what are you watching?
This is the situation here. This is why she was never living here when she turned 16, because she crashes out. This ain't nothing new.
She paid for the car.
Watch out.
Mommy.
She crashes out. Break things, pull out knives, tear down stuff.
No, it's not that. Y'all
I just let her learn.
If you say.
But I'ma still tell her what's right and what's wrong. She said let her learn her own mistakes. I said okay.
And I'm on parole, but
And somebody asked me, why you ain't go to the graduation? That's the truth. That's why I didn't go to the graduation. What is the big deal? If you know what you're doing is not right, you want people to hide it, don't do it. If people ask me the truth, I gave them the truth. I'm not gonna leave my kids at home by themselves, my little ones, and I'm not gonna go around somebody that's a P word. That's it. I don't care if I could have said all the way across over the way. I still got a bump in his, but I still got that in my mind that he's there.
Everybody gonna come in the group at the end of the thing and I guess take pictures.
Can we just get off this conversation?
She said, did she invite her siblings? She only had 5 tickets, y'all. She invited her grandma, me, and Anthony, and that was it. She said the little kids, she didn't even want them to come. She didn't even want them to come. She said, no, I don't want them coming. She didn't even want them to come. She said, only me and him could come.
Of faking pregnancies, faking arrests, and even faking illnesses, all for clout. They would go live for hours, dragging out fights while thousands of viewers watched in real time. They turned trauma into views, pain into profit, and every ounce of backlash only made them bigger. Because on TikTok, controversy doesn't cancel you, it feeds you. Still, PrettyLuhhthang remained the family's centerpiece. Every shocking storyline somehow circled back to her. Whether it was rumors about relationships, feuds with other influencers, or breakdowns on livestream, her name was always the one trending. And that's why fans are worried now, because it looks less like she's a star and more like she's trapped in the role they've built for her. And the craziest part, every time people called them out, the family brushed it off as haters. They claimed everything was fake, that nothing was real, that people were just jealous. But now, with disturbing videos and screenshots surfacing things that can't be laughed off as skits, the conversation has shifted. This isn't just about clout anymore. This is about safety. This is about manipulation. This is about whether the line between entertainment and exploitation has been crossed beyond repair, and the internet isn't letting it slide this time. The hashtags are everywhere. The calls for investigations are growing louder. People aren't just questioning the family's integrity, they're questioning if TikTok itself should be stepping in. Because if what's being leaked is real, then this isn't just a messy family feud for views. It's something the police might need to get involved in. And trust me, the first big twist in this story is about to hit. Because the leaked footage, making the rounds right now, it shows something that even their most loyal fans can't explain away. And when you see what it reveals, you'll understand why people are screaming, "This family needs to be stopped." And here's where everything snapped the moment the internet decided this family wasn't just chasing clout anymore. They were stepping into something that felt criminal. Late last week, a leaked video began spreading like wildfire across TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. At first, people thought it was just another one of the family's staged fights, but within seconds, viewers realized this wasn't scripted. This wasn't funny. This wasn't content. This was raw, chaotic, and disturbingly real. In the clip, PrettyLuhhthang is seen sitting in the corner of a room, visibly upset, her voice shaking as she tells someone off camera, "I don't want to do this anymore." She's crying, wiping her face, and repeatedly saying, "Turn the live off. Please, just turn it off." But the camera doesn't stop. Instead, a family member is heard in the background saying, "The numbers are up. Just keep going. They're eating this up." Yes, you heard that correctly. While she's begging for privacy, they're counting the viewers like dollar signs. That one chilling moment, her begging for the camera to stop, and the family pushing her to continue, sent shockwaves across the internet. Fans instantly flooded the comments with words like manipulation, exploitation, and "this isn't entertainment anymore. This is abuse." But it gets worse. The leaked footage didn't just show emotional manipulation. Eagle-eyed, fans noticed something in the background. Bruises, dark, visible marks on PrettyLuhhthang's arms and shoulders. Immediately, speculation exploded. Was this from an accident? Was this from staged content? Or was this proof of something much darker happening behind closed doors? Within hours, hashtags like hashtag #PrettyLuhhthang and hashtag TikTok family exposed began trending worldwide. People started demanding answers. And just when you thought things couldn't get any more chaotic, an alleged insider leak surfaced. Screenshots of private messages supposedly exchanged between a family member and a management contact started circulating online. In these messages, the family member allegedly bragged about how emotional breakdowns sell more than happy content and even admitted they were planning to push her harder on live because the drama brings in the bag. If true, these receipts weren't just messy, they were damning. They painted a picture of a family willing to exploit their own for money, chasing views with zero concern for mental health or well-being. And here's the first twist that no one saw coming. PrettyLuhhthang herself went live the very next day. Fans expected her to clear everything up, to either deny the leaks or confirm them. But what they got was far more disturbing. Her voice was shaky, her energy was low, and instead of speaking freely, she kept glancing off camera as if someone was feeding her lines. She repeated phrases like, "We're fine. People just love to hate on us. Don't believe everything you see online." But the more she spoke, the less convinced fans were. They didn't hear relief in her voice, they heard fear. They didn't see someone defending their family, they saw someone being forced to say what they were told. And then came the moment that sealed it. A comment from a viewer popped up on the live saying, "Blink twice if you need help." Seconds later, PrettyLuhhthang blinked. Not once, twice. Slowly, deliberately. The chat exploded. Fans spammed the screen with, "She blinked. She needs help." That one blink turned this from a messy family scandal into a full-blown emergency. Suddenly, people weren't just gossiping, they were calling the police, tagging Child Protective Services, demanding TikTok shut down the account, and begging PrettyLuhhthang to find a way out. And while all of this was happening, the family doubled down. Instead of going quiet, they dropped new videos, mocking the haters, making jokes, and even posting clips of them counting stacks of cash on camera. It was their way of saying, "We don't care, we're untouchable." But the internet wasn't buying it anymore. The leaked footage, the suspicious bruises, the strange live stream, the double blink. It was all too much to ignore. For the first time, their empire of clout was starting to collapse under the weight of real-world consequences. And just when the outrage reached its boiling point, another shocking reveal surfaced, one that would push this drama into even darker territory. Because an ex-associate of the family, someone who claimed to have worked behind the scenes, came forward with a jaw-dropping statement. They alleged that the family didn't just exploit PrettyLuhhthang for views, they staged entire dangerous scenarios, even calling the police on themselves just to generate viral content. If that's true, then we're no longer talking about messy TikTok clout. We're talking about wasting police resources, putting lives at risk, and weaponizing real emergencies for fame. And that's why people are saying what they're saying now. This isn't entertainment. This is criminal. But you're not ready for the next reveal, because the receipts that dropped next didn't just involve family drama. They pulled TikTok itself into the scandal, exposing how the platform may have looked the other way. While all of this chaos unfolded, and when you hear what those documents claimed, you'll understand why this story has gone from viral gossip to full-blown national outrage. Just when the internet thought this TikTok family scandal couldn't possibly sink any deeper, the next wave of leaks hit, and this time, it wasn't just about the family. It was about TikTok itself. Because according to alleged internal documents that mysteriously surfaced online, TikTok's moderation team had flagged the family's account over 30 times in the past 6 months. That's right, 30 red flags for dangerous behavior, psychological harm, and even minor exploitation. And yet, despite all those warnings, the account wasn't just left standing, it was allegedly promoted on TikTok's algorithm, gaining millions of views overnight. Let that sink in. While PrettyLuhhthang was on camera, crying, begging for lives to be shut down, while fans were spamming #ProtectPrettyLuhhthang, TikTok's own system might have been pushing her breakdowns onto more screens, more For You pages, more impressionable kids who mistook this chaos for entertainment. And here's the kicker. One of the leaked screenshots allegedly showed a chilling internal note from a TikTok rep that read, "This family drives engagement. Eyes stay on screen." In other words, they knew the content was problematic, but the numbers were too good to ignore. The scandal wasn't just about a family chasing clout anymore, it was about a billion-dollar platform allegedly turning a blind eye to exploitation because chaos equals money. As soon as these documents started circulating, social media went into overdrive. Hashtags like hashtag shut TikTok down and hashtag ban the family started trending. Influencers with millions of followers began speaking out, calling TikTok complicit, saying the platform was just as guilty as the family itself. And then came the second shocking twist, one that left everyone speechless. An anonymous source claiming to be close to the family released never-before-seen footage, hidden camera clips that allegedly showed staged arguments, rehearsed abuse moments, and even discussions about when to cue the tears. In one clip, PrettyLuhhthang can be heard whispering, "I don't want to cry on camera today," to which a family member allegedly responds, "Then fake it. Cry about the comments. Cry about your boyfriend. Just cry." People eat that up. It was sickening. It was manipulative. And it painted a picture of a family turning trauma into a business model. Fans were horrified. Supporters turned into critics overnight. Even celebrities began to chime in. Rapper Lil Durk tweeted, "This ain't funny no more. Somebody step in before it's too late." Reality star Natalie Nunn posted on Instagram, "TikTok needs to stop playing this as child exploitation in front of the whole world." And comedian Lil Duval wrote, "When you gotta force your own people to cry for likes, you've officially lost your soul." But the backlash didn't stop there. Because within hours of those hidden clips dropping, the police reportedly received dozens of calls from fans across the country demanding welfare checks on PrettyLuhhthang. Rumors spread that law enforcement had finally opened an investigation, with one insider claiming officers were reviewing evidence of online exploitation and monitoring the family's TikTok lives in real time. Imagine that the cops allegedly watching the same streams we are, trying to determine if what we're seeing is acting or abuse, and yet, even under this microscope, the family didn't back down. In fact, they seemed to escalate the chaos. They went live again, flashing stacks of cash, mocking the hashtags, and chanting things like, "Y'all can cancel us. We're the TikTok kings and queens of drama." But fans weren't laughing anymore. Every new post only fueled the anger, only deepened the suspicion that this family was spiraling out of control. And here's where things got even scarier. One of the lives allegedly showed PrettyLuhhthang breaking character mid-broadcast. She looked into the camera, her eyes filled with tears, and whispered a single phrase under her breath before the screen cut off. "I can't do this anymore." That chilling moment was replayed thousands of times across social media. People slowed it down, and hence the audio, dissected every syllable. And the conclusion was unanimous. She was crying out for help. So now the story wasn't just a messy TikTok feud or a clout-chasing scandal. It had transformed into something far more urgent. People weren't just gossiping anymore, they were begging for intervention. Petition links started popping up, demanding TikTok suspend the account, demanding police step in, demanding justice for PrettyLuhhthang. And yet, through all the outrage, through all the backlash, through all the mounting evidence, the family kept posting. They doubled down. They leaned into the chaos. And TikTok, their silence spoke louder than any official statement. But here's the part that nobody saw coming, the leak that could flip this entire case upside down. Because according to a whistleblower, this isn't just about one family. Oh no, the documents suggest there are dozens of families just like them, operating under TikTok's nose, chasing clout with chaos, and getting rewarded with viral fame for it. Which means PrettyLuhhthang's story might not be unique. It might just be the tip of a horrifying iceberg. And if that's true, then this scandal isn't just about a family losing control. It's about an entire ecosystem built on exploitation. But the question is, what happens next? Will TikTok finally be forced to shut them down? Will the police step in? Or will the family find a way to spin this into even more clout? Because trust me, the next chapter of this story is going to be darker than anyone expects. The internet is in full-blown meltdown mode. What started as TikTok drama has now spiraled into a cultural firestorm, and everybody, from fans to celebrities to politicians, is weighing in. On one side, you've got the furious majority fans who feel betrayed, disgusted, and downright horrified by the staged abuse, the emotional manipulation, and that haunting whisper from PrettyLuhhthang. I can't do this anymore. The hashtag #SavePrettyLuhhthang has crossed 10 million posts in less than 48 hours, with people calling it one of the darkest scandals in TikTok history. On the other side, there's a small but loud group of defenders. They're saying, it's just entertainment. You are overreacting. Nobody forces you to watch. These defenders call the family genius marketers who cracked the code to virality. But even their defense only makes things worse, fueling the debate and pushing the story further into the spotlight. And then came the celebrity reactions. Rapper Cardi B jumped into the conversation on Twitter, posting, "This ain't no content. This is kids being used for clicks. Somebody gotta step in." Her tweet went viral instantly, sparking threads about child exploitation in entertainment, with people comparing this to the early days of reality TV scandals. Meanwhile, Kanye West, never one to stay quiet when drama's unfolding, posted a cryptic Instagram story. A black screen with the words, "TikTok is the new Hunger Games." Fans flooded the comments, debating if he was right. Was TikTok turning families into gladiators battling for views while the world watched and cheered? But the most shocking celebrity reaction came from Snoop Dogg, who went live and said, "Yo, I've been around the industry my whole life. And this right here, this is some of the most disturbing stuff I ever seen. You don't play with kids' emotions like that. That's not clout. That's evil." As if that wasn't enough, politicians even started weighing in. A senator allegedly called for a formal investigation into TikTok, saying the platform is allowing exploitation for profit and hinting at new legislation to regulate influencer families. Overnight, the family's drama went from viral gossip to a potential government issue. Meanwhile, the family's neighbors began speaking out too. Local reports claimed that multiple neighbors called the police, saying they were tired of constant, loud arguments at the house, arguments they now believe were staged for TikTok lives. One neighbor reportedly told the press, "It's like living next to a circus. Cameras, screaming, drama every night. I don't know what's real anymore." And then came the industry insiders. A leaked memo allegedly revealed that TikTok staff are divided internally. Some employees are furious, saying the family's account should have been banned months ago. Others argue that banning them now could cause backlash and open TikTok to lawsuits. Imagine that, people's well-being hanging in the balance of corporate politics. But the wildest part, a rumor surfaced that another TikTok family, one of their biggest rivals, is planning to release receipts proving that PrettyLuhhthang's family has been secretly paying for bots to inflate their engagement. If true, this could blow the lid off the entire scandal, exposing not just exploitation but outright fraud. The internet can't look away. People are glued to their screens, waiting for the next update, the next leak, the next shocking moment. Entire YouTube channels are popping up overnight, dedicated solely to dissecting every clip, every live, every whisper from PrettyLuhhthang. And now the public is split into two camps. Camp 1, the outraged. They believe this family has crossed every possible line and needs to be shut down immediately. They're signing petitions calling TikTok out, demanding justice for PrettyLuhhthang. Camp 2, the defenders. They see the family as misunderstood creators who are just pushing boundaries. They argue it's no different than reality TV, that the viewers are just as guilty for consuming it. But here's the kicker: the louder the outrage grows, the bigger the family gets. Every live pulls in more viewers than the last. Every scandal boosts their follower count. It's like the backlash is feeding them. And yet, everyone can feel it. The tension, the unease, the sense that something far more explosive is about to drop. Because insiders are whispering that the next leak isn't just about staged abuse or bot followers, it's about something darker, something nobody's ready for, which raises the question, what happens when the truth comes out? And will PrettyLuhhthang survive the chaos that her family has created around her? Because if you thought this was wild already, just wait until you hear the final twist. Just when you thought the scandal couldn't get darker, the ultimate bombshell dropped, one that left even the loudest offenders stunned into silence. Late last night, a mysterious audio file began circulating across Twitter and Discord servers. It was allegedly a leaked recording from inside the family's house. In it, you can clearly hear PrettyLuhhthang crying, begging someone, presumably her mother, to let her leave. The voice responds coldly, "You're not going anywhere. Without you, we're nothing. You're the reason we eat." That single line sent shockwaves through the internet. Because if true, it confirms everyone's worst fear. PrettyLuhhthang isn't just participating in this chaos, she's trapped in it. And here's where it gets even more terrifying. An alleged insider source, claiming to be a family friend, stepped forward to a gossip blog and revealed that PrettyLuhhthang has been trying to contact Child Protective Services for weeks, but every time, her phone mysteriously goes missing. According to the source, the family confiscates her devices, controls her social media, and forces her into lives whenever engagement starts to dip. If that's true, then this isn't just toxic clout chasing. This is full-blown captivity masquerading as content. But the story doesn't end there, because another twist surfaced: a money trail. Leaked PayPal screenshots allegedly show that major TikTok agencies have been funneling thousands of dollars to the family, essentially rewarding them to keep the chaos going. Imagine that. Corporations quietly funding a spectacle that the world now sees as abuse, all for the sake of views. The leaks ignited a wildfire. TikTokers are stitching the audio, crying on camera, saying they can't believe they were laughing along with content that might actually be a cry for help. Fans are leaving comments like, "This is no longer entertainment. This is a hostage situation." And then came the most chilling post yet: PrettyLuhhthang herself, in what many are calling a distress signal, posted a TikTok at 3 a.m. It was only 6 seconds long. She didn't say a word. She just stared at the camera with swollen eyes, held up 3 fingers, and cut to black. Within minutes, the video was deleted, but by then, it was too late. The internet had already saved it, reposted it, and turned it viral. Millions are now asking, was that a secret SOS? Was she signaling for help? Or was it yet another manipulative stunt crafted by the family? Nobody knows, and that's what makes it so terrifying. Meanwhile, reports claim the police have visited the home but left without making arrests. According to local journalists, the family insists that everything is staged, that PrettyLuhhthang is safe, and that the internet is overreacting. But those words ring hollow now. People don't trust them anymore. And here's the cliffhanger that has left the internet trembling. Allegedly, a full documentary team has started following the family. Whispers suggest Netflix or Hulu might already be circling, ready to turn this nightmare into a series. If that's true, then ask yourself, will the truth finally come out? Or will the cycle of exploitation just continue on an even bigger stage? Because one thing is clear, PrettyLuhhthang's story is far from over. The police are circling, fans are demanding justice, celebrities are speaking out, and somewhere in the shadows, a terrified young girl might be waiting for her chance to escape. But will she ever get it? Or will the family find a way to spin even this into their biggest viral stunt yet? The world is watching, and the next move could change everything. So, what do you think, family? Because after everything we've just uncovered, this story isn't just another messy TikTok scandal. This feels like a ticking time bomb waiting to explode. The question is, will anyone step in before it's too late? Was PrettyLuhhthang really sending out a secret cry for help with that eerie 3 a.m. video? Or was it just another manipulative stunt cooked up by her clout-chasing family? And if that disturbing audio leak is real, if she truly is being forced into this chaos, then how long can this cycle continue before something irreversible happens? I need to hear your thoughts. Drop your opinions down in the comments right now. Do you think the police should intervene immediately? Or do you believe the family when they say everything is staged and under control? Be honest, because your voice matters in a story this dark. And don't forget, this is only the beginning. We've seen the so-called leaked messages, the fake reconciliations, And now these disturbing recordings. But insiders are saying even bigger bombshells are about to hit. I'm talking court documents, custody battles, and possibly even criminal charges. So make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications because the next update could be the one that changes everything. This isn't just drama anymore. This is a potential rescue mission, a dangerous game of clout versus survival. And trust me, the next twist in this story will leave you speechless. Stay tuned, stay alert, and stay ready, because what's coming next might just blow the entire internet apart.